सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् अग्रे पश्यामि तेजो निबिडतरकला यावली लोभनीयं पीयूषाप्लावितोऽहं तदुतरे दिव्यकैशोरवेशं तारुण्यारम्भरम्यं परमसुखरसास्वाद रोमाञ्चिताङ्गैः आवीतं नारदाद्यैः विलसदुपनिषत् सुन्दरी मण्डलैश्च
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Janana. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. In Vamana Avataram, we have noticed how Aditi and Kashyapa's son, who's Bhagavan's avataram, called as Vamana, reached the Yajnavatika, where the Ashwamedha Yajna was being performed by Bali Chakravarti. And looking at the splendor of the boy, looking at the dazzling effect, the brilliance, Shukracharya doubted. Nevertheless, the other sages of the Bhargava, the Bhrigu clan, they all welcomed the boy, and so did Bali Chakravarti. And with that arrogance, with that pride, he said, I will give you food, I will give you palace, I will give you land, I will give you everything. And Bhagavan did not ask for everything. He just asked for 3 strides of land. Bali Chakravarti had not given them. Even then he continued, why don't you ask for everything? Bhagavan said, just give me 3 strides of land. Then what happened? Here comes the shloka. Padatraya yadina mudito vishtapair napi tushyet ityuktesmin varada bhavate dhatukame thatoyam daityacharya khalu pariksharthinah preranatam mamadeyam harirayamiti vyaktameva babhashe. Hey Varada, the one who gives boons, Yadi na muditaha padatraya. If one is not happy with the 3 strides of land, na tushyet vishtapaihi api. If one will never, then they will never be happy with the 3 words. So when Bhagavan looked at Bali Chakravarti and said, see, you are the bestower of big boons. You give arthitartha paridhara nikshitaha. You give all boons, Bali. You are very great. But yadina muditaha padatraya. If a person is not happy with 3 strides of land, you're ridiculing me for that, right? I am not unhappy. I'll be very happy if I get 3 strides of land. But if I am not content with 3 strides of land, na tushyet vishtapaihi api. Even if you give me the 3 words, I will not be happy. So a person who is not contented with the 3 strides of land he gets will not be happy even if the 3 words were given. Ukte iti bhavata, when told so by you, Bhagavan, when you had told this to Bali, asmin dhatukame sati. Bali understood that there is a point in this and he wanted to give away the 3 strides of land. That is when asmin dhatukame sati, in that desire of giving you, toyam bhavate. That particular water was brought, because generally, today we call it property registration, right? We go to a registrar office, we get our property registered. In those days, one of the Panchabhutas called as water was used as an acceptance or giving away. So he said, Toyam bhavate atha khalu preranatu tava. That too being prompted by you. See, when Bali Chakravarti thinks or executes, it's again the Antaratma who makes him do that. Atha khalu preranatu tava pariksharthinaha. Pariksharthinaha, he wanted to test Bali and tell the world what a person Bali is. So Pariksharthinaha Daityacharyaha Ababhashe. Daityacharyaha Ababhashe. That is when Shukracharya, who already doubted him in the previous shlokas, we saw how Shukracharya doubted. That Shukracharya, Daityacharyaha Ababhashe, he came running, held the hand of Bali and said, "Stop, I need to tell you something." Tam vyaktam eva iti. He told Bali very distinctly. He said, Mama deyam ayam harihi. Ma deyam. Don't give. Ma deyam. Ma means don't. That is why when Krishna looks at Arjuna in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the 66th verse, he says, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Don't worry, I am there. Don't. Ma. Here again Shukracharya says, Mama deyam. Don't give. I am Harihi. I'll tell you why. Because this boy is nobody else. I am Harihi. Balan என்று என் இளம் சிங்கத்தை இகழேல் கண்டாய், says Periyalvar. So don't think this is a normal boy. I am Harihi. He is that great Hari, Sriman Narayana. Mamadeyam, I am Harihi. But did Bali Chakravarti listen? We will see in the next shloka. Yachatyevam yadisa bhagavan purna kamosmi soham दास्याम येव स्थिरमिति वदन् काव्यशब्दोऽपि दैत्यः विन्ध्यावल्या निज दैतया दत्तपाद्याय तुभ्यं चित्रं सकलमपि स प्राप्ययत्तोय पूर्वम् यदि सः भगवान्. If, what did Shukracharya tell Bali? This is Hari, this is Sakshat Bhagavan. Now Bali Chakravarti replies, yadi saha Bhagavan, if indeed whatever you say is true, that this boy is Bhagavan himself, yachati evam asmi saha purnakamaha. Yachati evam asmi. So if he is coming begging in front of me, then I am indeed saha purnakamaha. Am I not the one who is going to fulfill his desires? If Paramatma, who is called the one whose all his desires are achieved, comes begging in front of me, then I will be called Purnakamaha from now on. So it is a big opportunity for me to fill the begging bowl of this boy. So he says, Saha Purnakamaha aham dasyami eva, I shall certainly give. Iti vadan sthiram saha daityaha. So saying with determination, that Asura king, that particular king, api kavya shabtaha, though he was cursed by Kavya, though he was cursed by Shukracharya, prapayat sakalam api, though he offered all his possessions, toya purvam tubhyam, preceded with the waters that need to be offered. So toyam purvam tubhyam, preceded by that oblation of water, dattapadhyaya, then he washed that feet. Now, here is where you need to understand that there is a small detour that we need to take. In some of the other Puranas and the Sishtachara Parampara that we have been following, the Karna Parampara, we are also told that when Shukracharya stopped Bali and Bali refused, stating that this is a wonderful opportunity for me to give, Shukracharya cursed. He said, see, you will lose all this wealth very soon because you are going against the wishes of your own teacher. So, Balir Mahatma, said Bhattatri in the previous Dashakam, that Mahatma tag was attached because he was a true student to a true teacher. But now that may go away because he is getting the Shapam. Additionally, we are told that Shukracharya somehow wanted to stop, so he took the form of a bumblebee. Rather, we can say that he was able to showcase his powers on a bumblebee that went and blocked that passage of water that would come from the Kamandalu. And that is when Bali Chakravarti was wondering what to do next, he requested that little Vamana to do something about it, and that boy took that blade of grass, the darbha grass, and pierced it in the bumblebee, and it apparently hit one of the eyes. So Shukracharya ended up losing one of his eyes. So this particular incident may not have been recorded in one of the Puranas that we are discussing, but it has been told to us in the Karna Parampara. So he says, That particular api kavya shabdaha, this kavya means Shukracharya, prapayat sakalam api toya purvam tubhyam. Earlier to that, suppose you have to give away something, you have to use water. So toya tubhyam, datta padhyaya, he also did padhyam, washed away his feet. Because you have to do all those respects to a great Brahmana. Saha nija daitaya. By then, along with that, Bali did not do it single-handedly. He did it with his patni. So he says, Saha nija daitaya. So with his wife, who is called Vindhyavali, Vindhyavalya, Chitram. How beautiful it is. So along with his wife Vindhyavali, Bali Chakravarti was able to do the Padhyam and later giving away that Danam. What happened next? Nissandeham diti kulapatau tvaya shesharpanam tat vyatanvane mumucharushayah samara pushpavarsham divyam rupam tavacha dati taditam ashyatam vishwabhajam uchchaihi avadhritavadhi kritya vishwandabhandam diti kulapatau vyatanvane. When the king of the Asuras called Bali made tat asesharpanam tvai, that offering everything to you was done, nissandeham rishayaha, without any hesitation, the sages, the rishis who were there, samaraha mumuchuhu pushpavarsham, the devas who were there in the Devaloka, in the celestial world, they started showering petals on you. Samaraha mumuchuhu pushpavarsham cha vishwabhajam pashyatam, as the whole world was looking on upon you. So tat idam divyam rupam tava cha, that too they were looking at your divine form. Avadhrita uchchaihi. Now somehow that eye was lost by Shukracharya. Again a small detour. It is believed that Shukracharya from then on had only one eye, like the kaka, like the crow that had done apacharam towards Sita in Srimad Ramayana. Attirame adan kannai aruttadum or adayalam. There is one identification that one of its eyes was taken for that physical assault that it had done on Sita. Similarly, Shukracharya lost one of his eyes. Why? See, later Bali Chakravarti is going to lose his whatever you call as possessions or wealth for two reasons. One, he had a lot of garvam and arrogance, and second thing, he was given a shabam by Shukracharya. But why did Shukracharya lose one of the eyes? Because he had stopped a person from giving danam. When Bali Chakravarti wanted to give danam, Shukracharya had stopped. When you stop one person from doing something which is dharmic, which is good, then you will have to bear the brunt of it. So Shukracharya lost one of his eyes. There is one kshetram, for those of you astikas who are listening, there is a kshetram called Tiruvelliyangudi. This Tiruvelliyangudi kshetram is there in the state of Tamil Nadu. In the state of Tamil Nadu, this particular kshetram is very famous because it is believed, Velli means Shukra. It is believed that Shukracharya came to this sthalam to get his papam eradicated. So Tiruvelliyangudi is that sthalam. So remember this particular place when you go. Coming back to Srimad Narayaneeyam, he says, Avridhat, Uchchaihi. Now Bhagavan started growing. How tall did he grow? Uchchaihi, taller and taller. Vishwanda, Bhandam, Avadhi Kritya, until it reached that cosmic dimensions. See, if he has to grow, he cannot grow to about 15 feet or 20 feet. He has to grow to that size where you can't even fathom, you can't even see any end, no start, nothing. Because he has to show those cosmic dimensions. So this is how Bhagavan started growing. Now, there is a pertinent question which children can ask. When Vamana has come in certain clothing and when he grows, won't his possessions tear? Won't his dhoti tear, the chains fall? No. As Bhagavan grows, his possessions also grow. As he grows, his possessions will also grow. So he says, Vishwanda Bhandam Avadhi Kritya. Now Bhagavan started growing. What did he do after that? All that towards Vamana Avataram. Now he has become a Trivikrama. All of that in the next episode.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण।